So I'm out at Welbeck Hall, and if you go to the garden centre, just up from there is a footpath, and that'll bring you around to where I am at the moment. So I'm at the back end of Welbeck Hall, and you can't see a lot of the house from here. You can just see it through the trees. You can see the green top of the house. It looks really nice when you just look at the quality of that. Now, it's a private residence. At one stage the military were in it, but I think their term's finished in there now. But the interesting thing about Welbeck is the actual tunnel network built under the ground, and I'm going to show you one of those tunnel entrances in a bit, and I'll show you as much as I can actually show you from here. I think there's a better view of the roof of the house when I go up towards one of the tunnel entrances, but you can really see the green of the roof poking through. You can see these spires of the house. So next I'm actually going to take you around to where there's some lakes just around the corner, so I'll be back with you when I get to the lakes. You can see how well this estate's kept. I'm around the back end of it. I'm going to take you down to the lake now, but I don't have a lot of time for nobility because I believe they got a lot of the wealth unfairly, gifted it. Probably goes back to long before William the Conqueror, and I believe that this belongs to us all. These sort of places should be opened up to the public for a fairer amount of money as well. I'm told that you can actually get round Welbeck Hall on the odd occasion, but it's going to cost you 30 quid, and you see very, very little. I do know there's an underground ballroom, but I understand the military use that as a gymnasium and actually ruined it. Whether it's been brought back up to scratch, I don't know. But I do think we should all get access to this because it was built by our ancestors for very cheap money. Nothing wrong with culture. I just believe that when you've gained wealth passed on from one generation to another, and it wasn't fairly in the first place, I think in majority of cases gifted by William the Conqueror. I don't think it should really belong to you, but it gives you an idea of how well it is around here. I'll just take you down, show you some of the lakes around here. But it's all on a public footpath round here. All the private bits are marked out really well to scare you off from them. I'm told the person now who's actually the owner of this place, I think came from Italy. I think the original, well, the lady died about 10 years ago, that's what I'm told, but like I say, correct me if I'm wrong with any of the information, if you know better than me. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go up and show you, I'm told, where the tunnel used to be, there were actually like glass domes or something to let the light in, and some concrete pads where they must have actually filled over, so I'll show you one of those on the way up to the tunnel entrance. Now the tunnel entrance, you could drive some coaches through it, that's how big it was. I'm not really sure why the old Duke used to do that, why he built all the tunnels under the ground. I think some of them are passable and some aren't, so but I'll take you on to the next bit anyway. So you can now see a concrete platform, And this, I understand, is where one of the glass domes was that let the light into the tunnel. Pretty boring really, but there is another one further up just before I get up to the main tunnel entrance, and I'm not going to show you that because you've already seen it here. So I'll show you the tunnel entrance next. So there's another concrete platform that I weren't going to show you, where another glass cover would have been to let the lighting on the tunnel. So I've come from that one right down there. Now, if I zoom in now, you'll get a different view of the house from here. You can see the actual spires on it better from here. So it's in a bit of a drop down there. And see if I can zoom in on one of the towers, so you're actually getting a better view of the towers from up here. So it looks like they've got clocks on all of those. But you can stop the video. I have a better view of those. So I'll next go on to the gatehouse. So I'm now at the back end of the tunnel entrance. It's a little bit like a castle, so it's come underground and then it's sort of coming out of the surface here. Just imagine a coach and horse came out of here. Must be quite some privilege to live in these cottages or gatehouses just here. But we are on a public footpath. Sorry, I'm struggling to manoeuvre my bike. But you can see the raised bank where the tunnel actually came under. Just getting a better view on it. It's beautiful round here. We've got some absolute gems. If you look around, and there you can actually see that's where the horse and coach just came out. So I don't know what these two entrance ways are either side. I don't know if anybody's living in the left hand one. And then you've got a right hand one that looks as though it's not being used. It's just such a shame. But I'd be really interested to see what the tunnel network was completely under here. But depending on which direction the Duke was travelling, he'd come out of this entrance or he'd come out another entrance somewhere else. And like I said, I don't know how many of these entrances there are on the site. So I'm going to show you something else in a bit as well. It's quite a cycle from here. It's another big house as well. I don't know what that is, but I will find out where it is and pop it in the description. This beats a photograph any day. I think it really shows you some of the strange history from our past. The guy spent absolutely a fortune digging these tunnels under his estate, and for what reason do we know? I don't know. If you do know, please tell me. So the video will carry on. I've got to cycle probably a couple of miles to the next bit, but it'll be on straight after this. I also missed this. It says South Lodge, so I don't know if this was the gatehouse where somebody lived to control the gateway, or whether this was just another house for the workers on the site, or even the family. So the next stop is the big house a bit further away. So I promise you another house as well, and I don't know what this one is. Try and give you a good view of it. You can see the house there, and there's some other buildings, probably more of a red brick at the side of it to the left hand side. So I'm going to have to research what that house is myself. But most of this is hereditary wealth from the past, I'm going to guess. How people acquire this is beyond me. But also I'm going to show you something else interesting. There's a farm up here. I'll tell you what it is. It's Castle Farm. And it looks like a castle. Let's see if I can zoom in for you. There, so that is Castle Farm. So, was that an old castle of some kind? Or they just built a farm building in the shape of a castle? So there's some history tucked away in Nottinghamshire. If you go looking for it, I hope you found that video on Welbeck interesting. Right, if you're still watching the video, I found out what the building is. It's called Worksop Manor. It's a private road down here, but I've got a much better angle on the building from here, or a different angle on it. So you see the white stone type building, but just to the side of it, might have to go back a bit just to show you there. You can see it better now. I couldn't show you that, but it's like a red brick part to the building there, which is a different style to this part of the building over here. So like I said, I'm going to have to research what Worksop Manor's about. Oh, we got another title family around here I didn't know about. So that is absolutely the end of my video anyway, so I hope you carried on watching it a little bit longer and you caught this part of the video.